Hello, happy new year everybody. I do hope that you're all gorgeous and well, and welcome to my channel. And this is your love horoscope for January 2020. That's going to take some getting used to. We are now in a new decade, a fabulous new year. And if you're watching me for the first time, most people know me as Bella the Secret Psychic, and I am a psychic, so I don't read cards. I interpret the information that I get from Spirit to give you the best guidance that I can as I look at your love life for January. So welcome to my channel. Do like and subscribe if you want to hear more from me each month. And shall we just crack on with your reading? So Sagittarius, there is an energy about you in January which is very unmovable, like you're shown a little bit like a mountain, like the wind can howl at you, scream at you, try to tumble some of your rocks. Has no effect, doesn't move you at all. It could rain on you, it can it can lightning, thunderbolts, not bothering you. We have a saying in England, water off a duck's back, which means that words or other people's energies, and particularly this is pertaining to love, don't seem to affect you. It feels very much that you are very grounded and very, very present, that you are, I don't know, maybe this is a protective thing. Maybe some of you have got to a place where you've just seen it, done it, tired of something, that you are just not letting it affect you. This person can howl at you, or you could be dating somebody new and they could be just not impressive. And you seem to be focused a lot on you, your well-being, your happiness, and not necessarily wanting to pander or cater for somebody else in your life. Now, that could mean that for some Sagittarius, you are single and deciding, I want to be single. I want to have a bit of breath of fresh air in this month where I am not bothered by other people. Now, because I am being shown that there are the energies of others coming in, do expect somebody maybe you've recently broken up with or somebody that you've recently dated start to try to beat on your walls to try to get back in with you. But you'll just be like, no. And for those of you who are perhaps in a long-term relationship that maybe have faced some challenges, and I would particularly say for those of you that are in a long-term relationship, you really are just not affected by the problems anymore or them anymore. Like I said, they could light a fire at the foot of your feet and you're just like, yeah, I'm just going to walk over here. I'm not going to pay attention to it. And the thing is, where you are so calm and so grounded, the whole of this month, I have to say somebody is definitely trying to get your attention, or what I like to call, for some of you who have readings with me, like negative attention. Like they're trying to get your attention, but they're doing it in a negative way. And normally because they're probably used to getting a response from you when they, cause drama. But this time you see right through it. You don't respond to their negative drama. Now, that's a good thing, firstly, for you and your well-being. It's probably an indication of where your mindset is with that person, but also it will bring about lasting change, because sometimes people only can affect us because we allow them to, or because we reward them for their negative behaviour. It feels to me, and I look at this normally week by week, because first week, it's almost like you made yourself this kind of New Year's resolution, this new promise that you're just going to be this way, because you just feel that way. And it's likely astrological energy that's helping you to kind of promote that, feeling very strong. And then I sort of get somebody else around you who's almost threatening to leave the relationship, or perhaps they've just left in December, and you're like, yeah, they can go. I'm perfectly happy if they can go. I don't mind. Or if they're threatening, you're like, if that's what you want to do, like it doesn't seem to bother you. Like normally it would alarm you, and you might try to do something to repair it, or like I said, like reassure them so they get rewarded for their their negative behavior, because they're trying to get attention from you, and you're just like, okay. Second week, I have to say that person feels like they either come back into your life, or they want to ramp it up a little bit more. So they want to escalate it because their first attempts didn't work at getting their reward. So they start to be manipulative. I think they may even, especially if they're coming back into your life, maybe lie to you about something again to try to test the waters, test if you're available. If you're in a relationship where they're being difficult, again, they're going to try to maybe take something, do something again to get your attention. You know, maybe decide they want to drive off into the sunset and you wonder where they are. And you're like, okay. I get you very much focus on you, what you want to do this year, what you want to achieve this year, how you want to be, and a part of you really wanting to kind of own this not bothered aspect of you very much in yourself. Now, the thing with Sagittarius is, and I can say this because I am a Sagittarius, is that when we switch off people, when we feel penned in or we don't have our freedom or we can't feel like ourselves, this is kind of what happens. And this is where you're kind of going to be. It's going to be a really interesting month, but a really empowering one. So then when I look into the third week, it then starts to bother the other person that you're not responding, that you're not giving them their reward that they would normally have. So they seem to get sad. Now, you will notice this, but I think what I'm being shown is you don't feel codependent on their happiness, meaning your happiness. That actually, in a way, not only are you giving yourself a gift, but you're giving them a gift by changing their behaviour, by doing things differently or better so that they get a better quality of life with you or without you. I see you very intuitive in your third week. You've pretty much by the third week planned out the most 6 months of your life, all for you. Like I said, if you're cross-watching and you're with a Sagittarius, this might explain maybe their distance, but maybe get you to look at your part in this, that actually it feels like they would respond better to positive. It feels like they're very much on the positive train. If you're not on the positive train with them, then you're going to get indifference from them. Third week, like I said, this person, partner, new person seems to be quite low energy, but you see this, but you're not enabling it. You're just like, okay, I see this. If you communicate with me in a certain way, then I will engage. If not, then I'm going to leave you to it until you figure it out. Again, it's all about you. But I love the fact that you've pretty much planned, like you feel very proactive, that maybe some of you haven't felt like for a while. Then in the fourth week, this person gets the message that they can't be negative or do things negatively to get attention. They are much more sincere, honest, heartfelt, doing something more positive to engage you into the connection. And the thing is, for some of you, you wouldn't have completely disengaged. You're just not engaging in the drama, if that makes sense. So when they then behave or respond or interact with you in a much more positive way, you naturally will be drawn to that because you're in this positive bubble. And that's where repairing can happen. But also this is where you've learned like a huge lesson about, or a key lesson that sometimes can happen in new relationships, old relationships, doesn't matter what type of relationship, that actually sometimes we have responsibility about how we let somebody affect us, but also we can enable others to actually behave better for themselves, but also in the relationship. And it feels like your indifference has only drawn out them to know that the only way they get a response from you is by being positive, taking positive actions, meaning what they say, showing love in a way that's not dramatic, if that makes sense. Very, very much you come across this month, Sagittarius, no matter what type of relationship you're in, it's very, very grounded. If you was waiting for somebody, I don't feel at all that you will be, that you go into January with, if they're gone, they're gone, it's fine. And you are fine about it. And for those of you who thought somebody was gone, they may be back, but you're not going to entertain them until they start behaving themselves, which seems to take about 4 weeks. So anyhow, I think to summarise, your love life is probably, and I've said this before, about self-love, but also how you do enable others to respond to you the way you wish to, because you simply are just not going to engage with people who in your eyes are behaving childishly, dramatically. Let me know how yours goes. who's being childish or wanting your attention in the wrong way? How are you coping with it? Do comment. I love to read all what you have to say. And again, if you want a private reading on your own personal circumstances, because this is a general, then I'm happy to help. The links to my services are just down below. You all have an amazing January. Happy New Year, and I will see you again next month. Take care.